Hi everybody, just moved back for a second so you could see me say hello to you today, and I have Jessie joining me. Jessie shared a few days ago, so I'll pick this up a bit so you can see me, but basically I wanted to get him out so you could check him out if he's going to. There he is. Let us see him. More than anything, he needs to get a nice comfy spot, this fellow, first. And I'm going to be talking about why do snakes bite, and do they bite? Because I think everybody knows that a snake will bite and can bite, but why do they bite, I think, is pretty much more the actual question that gets asked, is why do they actually bite? And there are many reasons in a way that a snake may bite you, but I'll try and just give you the pretty obvious ones that we are well aware of, or most of us are. A lot of people just think they're nasty and that they just want to bite us. But believe me, more often than not, there is always a reason as to why they will. So let's start with the obvious. Fear. You know, it is genuinely, most of the time, always about fear. And I'm sorry that this is pretty much all that you're seeing of Jessie right now. He's been very unsocial wherever he happens to be. I do not know. Aha, there he is, down there. So yeah, fear. It's fear-based more often than not. So that's number one. Number two is they're stressed. They are just not feeling comfortable. And if they are living in constant stress, they are more likely to bite. Three, they're hungry. They are really hungry. I'm not just talking the normal, look, I'm hungry and I should have I move funny, and we know Jessie's funny too. So I do something funny, he does something funny. So there is a difference between just being I'm hungry to I'm being and letting you know I am starving, and there is a possibility that you could cop a bite. We're up to 4. I would put that in the category of you have startled them. That could be very closely related to fear, because you've actually frightened them. But a snake that is fearful all of the time, and not just at the point when you've actually... You can't do that, Jessie, because you're so tight this way. You need to loosen up, bud. Oh, my Mr. Funny man that he is, as you can see, is... I don't know what he's doing. Move your butt. That might help. There you go. So yeah, startling them, that's just in the moment. That brief moment of fear, because you've actually startled them and not necessarily living in constant fear of you. So yeah, startling them. So always let them know that you're there before you physically touch them, because they can hear you and they can smell you before you actually touch them. 5 is you smell like a rat and you've actually handled a feeder that you're about to feed to one of your snakes, and you've forgotten to wash your hand, and then you have put your hand in forgetting that it actually smells like a rat or a mouse, and they pick up that scent, they pick up the heat, they don't distinguish that isn't a rat. It smells like one, then they're going to have a go at it. So that would be my 5 top reasons for a snake biting you, and the most, for me, obvious reasons for a snake actually biting you. Then of course you can go into the area of, if you've just got a continuously defensive snake, what has actually happened to that snake for that behaviour to be pretty constant? Oh, and I've just flicked that because I'm holding it and I'm trying to find Jesse's head here, and he's around here and he's breathing rather hard. He's actually due for a V2. So but yeah, you know, what has happened to that snake? Has something actually happened? Has a human done something to that snake that has made it to that degree that it is constantly defensive when it is around you? Of course, if you've got a baby, and of course most of them are defensive because they're so little and that's all that they know actually to do, and it grows and gets older and it still continues to be defensive, what would I say? I guess I would question to some degree how you've actually cared for that snake, how much handling you've done, and so forth, because I am 100% sure that you shouldn't have an overly defensive snake if you've properly cared for it. You know, I do know some species such as olives can be a little bit more prone to be that way inclined, and you always have to be on alert handling them. Some are just puppy dogs, but I do know olives tend to have a little bit of that personality in them and can be quite defensive. So just a little video on why do snakes bite? Do they bite? Of course they bite. That's all they've got, is a mouth to protect themselves. So, you're right, Jess? Sorry that you haven't been able to see very much of him at all. I will try and get him to let go of me a little bit and come on over, so you might be able to see him, being Jesse's. He's a bit of a funny dude, of course, as you heard Kaflop, as he, and that's his tail, but there's his head. You okay, dude? Eh? He is. He's fine. So guys, take care of yourself, your family,